Hi, this is David Dewar, and we're on week 4 of my 21-week game challenge. The focus for this week was on sound, so I wanted to explore making sound and putting it into a video game. And the theme for this week is the movie Tron, the original 1982 movie. That movie really changed the way that I thought about special effects, computer graphics, and was really inspiring to me. So without further ado, let's take a look at the result of this week's project. All right, so this is my Tron tank, inspired by the original 1982 movie. And I can see, hey, look, there are a few bits I can eat. Oh, that was good. Oh, I like that. Whoa, what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, recognizers. Oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. Okay, so let's get out of here. Okay, this looks safer over here. Oh, look, it's a memory stream. Let's around this corner. Whoa. What does that even mean? What is that? What are we looking at? Oh no. That doesn't make any sense. Who programmed you? That was a fun and interesting project. If you're interested in seeing the making of, stick around. So this week I had to get a variety of different things put together in order to get sound into the game, and I purchased a new Roland GR55. This is a guitar synth. So what this does is this can turn my guitar into any instrument, and it comes with a bunch of presets. So there's like 900 different preset sounds available to it out of the box, which is really cool. So I had a lot of fun with that, but there was a lot I had to learn. And to get that into the computer, I had purchased a Yamaha Audiogram 6. It's what they call an audio interface. This lets you get sound out of like an instrument and put it into the computer. And I may have been able to get the sound directly out of the Roland guitar synth, but I didn't really want to mess around when I knew that the Audiogram did the job. And because I wasn't planning to do anything really complicated, I just used my MacBook Pro with GarageBand, so it let me record things together. I think the most complicated I got in this project was recording 2 tracks at the same time and mixing them together. By far the hardest part of the week was hooking up the MIDI pickup onto my guitar. So we're taking a look at my Jackson Dinky. I love that guitar. And what you can see in the box is there's like a little device that I've attached to the guitar, and a pickup that goes where the other pickups are. And it's what takes the vibrations of the strings and turns it into a digital signal that the Roland guitar synth can then turn into any instrument. And the hardest part was it's a very picky, I guess the pun is intended. So there's a bunch of things that you need to do even after you've got this hooked up. You have to calibrate it. You have to make sure that the bridge measurements are there, and that's in millimeters, so it painstakingly measured out every string. And but was really happy to get that going. And it's also interesting in that it's a little bit hard to play, in that some of the sounds out of the guitar synth actually require you to play guitar differently. So I had to learn and adapt to how to get the sounds the way I wanted them to sound. And sometimes there would be these things called miscues, which is just a random note popping out of nowhere. And that I could control with just getting a little bit better with my playing. And I decided because I was really inspired by the movie Tron, as I'd mentioned before, to see if I could model some of those different objects that appear in the movie. This is a recognizer. The challenging part was the different glowing areas, and I had to figure out how to get that kind of glowing area to appear as it does in the movie. Here's some screenshots of the recognizer in progress. I found that somebody had created a really simple vector art, so I pulled that in, seemed to have the right proportions, and so I built my model based on that. And then the tank. I was always inspired by the original model of the tank, and it was a lot of fun to build. And I think this is probably the most complex model that I've put together yet. I tried to make it as close to the movie as I could. Getting the high-res spots in the right place was also quite a challenge, but it was fun. And then pulling it into the game environment, so using Unreal Engine again. The new version of Unreal 4.7 is out, so I'll use that in the next one, but this is 4.6. And you see some recognizers in the background, and I've got the tank in place. And this wasn't particularly complicated since I had learned most of what I needed to know for this project in the previous projects. So this was a matter of just bringing that stuff together and putting in the new models. Here's my event graph for all the sound effects, and I'm sure there's a better way to do this because I created a new instance for each one. I'm hoping when I learn more that maybe I could have done this in a single smaller chunk of Unreal Blueprint. And that wraps it up for this week. I hope you enjoyed.